It was just good.
That's excellent. Was anyone else in on it for you, like proposing?
A lot of people.
A lot of
My
people.
entire
Did
family knew
she
it was
did she
coming.
expect it?
No, she didn't expect it at all. So that was
Ah,
a nice, yeah.
that would have been amazing.
So
Well, congratulations
yeah,
to the
I'm
two of
I'm
you. That is really cool.
pretty stoked. All
How are
right.
we going as far as the lobby is concerned?
Well, the lobby's all here, but one of the teams isn't quite ready just yet. So it'll be a few more minutes just before we go. Anyone got any favourites in the chat for the tournament? Obviously, with the bracket up, pick your favourites. Who do we reckon is going to take out the day?
Good question. Well, I believe maybe Insidious might be a bit of a favorite. Not, not sure. Not sure. Everyone's been like switching things up.
Well, actually, I was just looking at the team that's sitting in the lobby right now. Um, they could actually be high favourites. ASDF have got a lot of diamond players sitting here, so I'll be interested to see how their first game goes. Obviously, because that's one of the ones we're casting. So, based off that, I just want to see how their first game goes. If they play it well, and they certainly throw down, some good mechanics, some really good team play, and nice rotations, we could look to see our favourites in this game, actually. Wolf of Wall Street we're getting, actually, in the chat. Don't follow that Singed. Hopefully they play Singed. I want to see some Singed.
Are we playing yet? Oh, sorry. Stream. I need to keep pausing it because I don't have the download to keep watching a stream. You're gonna have to let me know when it's actually started.
I most certainly will. Keep everyone up to date. I don't know, what's the plans for the next couple of weeks? I know I'm about to actually... I get on a train tomorrow morning for 22 hours to come down to Melbourne. But
Holy
what's
cow.
everyone else up to over their January holidays? Oh, we're just a little bit poor. We can't afford the plane tickets. From here to Sydney, it's like $300 or something. It's
Really?
yeah, it's insane.
That is actually stupid. Well, I hope the train ride goes nice and smooth for you guys.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. We've got sleeping pills, books. We've done it once before actually, and we just could not sleep. I think we arrived in Melbourne. I know I arrived with about 2 hours sleep, and she wasn't much better actually when we took the trip last time.
Uh, I'd
So
die. I need my sleep.
yeah, we got to the hotel that we'd booked and pretty much just spent the rest of the day sleeping.
Sounds good. So you're just coming for a holiday, or are you actually
Uh,
looking for a place? Or
no, we'll actually, yeah, because we're moving to Melbourne next year, but we've got friends that we're moving in with that'll be onto houses for us. Um, but no, we're coming down for. Well, it's kind of a half a holiday, half a convention. There's 3 days of a convention that we're going to, and the rest of the time, I know I'm doing a meetup. We did a tournament. I've casted a tournament here for 6 weeks just recently for Guff land centers. So on the Sunday that we're there, I'll be actually heading out to Ballarat to their store to do a meetup and catch up with a few of the guys that were casting out there. And as well, there's a meetup at Sidus going on with a few other friends of mine. So we've got a lot planned for a small amount of time that we're there.
you certainly will be busy, won't you?
But yeah, got to make the most of the time that it costs dollars to get down there. So,
Well, that's true. So how long are you going to be here for?
8 days, I think. We leave tomorrow. We arrive about 8 a.m. on the 6th, and we're there through till the 13th, the night of the 13th. I think we get on the train at about 9 p.m.
Well, I hope it's nice weather for you guys and it's not raining and hailing when you get here.
Yeah, it should be fine considering how hot it is up here. Actually, I said earlier, it was 38 here yesterday, according to what Google was saying. The local weather station said 36.5. It just felt ridiculous. It's never been anywhere near that hot. I believe. Okay, Champion Select's just about to kick off. Champion Select has kicked off. So yeah, we'll get into that. But like up in southern Queensland, it was 52 somewhere yesterday.
That's because of the fires, isn't it?
No, there's just a heat wave just rolling through. Forget the fires being around. There was a heat wave planned to roll through, and the fires are just sort of not helping the situation. Okay, so first two bands, we've got NASA Siva. Siva, so strong at the moment. We've seen a lot of her. I was watching the OGN last night, and she was the priority pick for ADC last night. Over there between CG Enters Frost and who are they playing? Samsung Ozone, actually. Kasten's been banned away as well. He's quite strong again. But yeah, Nasus in the top lane, don't want to get those Q farm. You need to put a lot of pressure. It requires a lot of time and effort to shut him down. And it's just too much of an investment, I think, for teams right now.
Yeah, that high mobility is just really, really hard to keep up with. There's not many other champions that can follow after him, pretty much.
Yeah, Renekton's also been banned out now. So obviously, this might be a targeted ban, or it's just something that they don't want to deal with, and Eve's going to be the final ban to come out of Epiphany Esports. So obviously, Casten and Evelyn bans, Mobility Stealth, Oriana's the final ban to come out of the 6. Looking to sort of shut those down, but that has left Elise open in the jungle, and Mighty Morphin's hovering over that one right now. So, your thoughts on Elise as a first pick?
Elise is a very mobile, very... early game, her invade is really, really, really strong. She can get in, clear both buffs, and go in and gank, and if she can land that cocoon and then jump onto the target, they're almost a guarantee kill if the other top lane follows up as well. She's just so strong in her ganking capabilities at the moment. Especially with that follow-up with her little spiderlings as well.
Yeah, as well, she's got a fair bit of sustain coming from that, the Skittering Frenzy, the spider form W, giving her health for every time each of her Spiderlings attacks, based off AP that she currently has. So she heals more the more the game goes on. Obviously having more Spiderlings and more attack speed with the levels, and also more AP. But, so that's locked in. Now, whether that will be in the top lane or not, we don't exactly know right now. But she has been picked so much in the jungle. I myself have been playing her in the top. I don't like her in the jungle for whatever reason it is. I can't figure it out. But I prefer her either in mid lane or top lane, especially with your Mundos, your Shyvanas right now. She's sort of really strong at trying to counter them out. She just has a few little mana issues early on. That's really her only issue.
Yeah, fair enough. With the Q in both spider and human form doing percentage health damage, it really does do well against those tanky champions, like you just said. I don't know, I like her in the jungle because she's a very, very safe jungler. She can clear without losing much health, and she can do dragon at level 5. Slowly, but she can do it herself, so she's also really good for that. If you've got the lane dominance, you can get those easy dragons. Vi's also been hover over it as well.
It has now actually been locked in.
Oh,
so.
And has been locked in. You're talking from the future.
Up with Annie as well. This is going to be an interesting combo, because Vi's going to be going the entire way with Assault and Battery as the ultimate. But then an AoE stun coming out from Tibbers once the team's been completely disrupted is a really nice combo, a really nice way to go through. But Oriana's been banned out. I really like the Oriana Vi combo just from how easy it is to get to their backline. Okay, so with the... Yeah, so that's obviously there. But we've also got Shyvana and Leona locked in now for Epiphany Esports. So it'll be interesting to see. They could really potentially throw Shyvana or Elise into the jungle. However, I feel it's more likely going to be Elise. Shyvana's just a little bit stronger in the top lane at the moment. But they've both been picked in blind. Annie's support's been counted out a little bit. I really like the Annie-Leona matchup because it's one of those matchups that can go either way. If Leona gets a really nice combo off before Annie can get any of her combo off, or Scaredly throws out early her stun, because of what Leona's doing, Leona has a lot of potential to disrupt Annie and throw off her combo just from her mechanics and the amount of scary bursts that she can throw up. Excuse me. Alright, so, and we've got Lucy and Jax locked in, so it's going to be probably a Jax Shyvana top lane. Interesting. I really like this because it can, again, it's another one of those matchups that can go either way, but Shyvana's just sort of going to shove Jax in early, and Jax is going to have to respond. Unless that's a Jax mid lane, or is it going to be... Well, because what they're hovering over at the moment. So finally, we've got Epiphany Esports team comp. Both team comps actually been locked in, so it won't be a Jax mid lane. I was thinking about it versus Morgana. It becomes a farm lane safe for both, but Morgana's been locked in for Epiphany Esports. Ezreal has been locked in as well, so that was their final 2 picks. It's going at the moment. It could be either way actually for the junglers. Won't give that one away. But yeah, Gragas was the final pick for ASDF as well. And I really like this against Morgana. He provides a lot of pressure in that time sort of where Morgana's weak. She's trying to farm up and get to that Zhonya's Hourglass so she can make that teamfight presence with her ultimate, the Soul Shackles. So that she can, do all that sort of thing. So Gragas is going to be trying to put that pressure down. If she doesn't Black Shield herself or Zhonya's quickly enough, the explosive cast is the ultimate. Yeah, explosive cast and barrel roll. I always get those two very mixed up. He can reset the fight, push her out, and then Morgana's got nothing. The entire pick and the cause for using Morgana is null and void.
Yes, most definitely. And we do have the poll results up. It seems to be a little bit more in favor of Bronze 5, so we'll see if you guys can guess correctly. Oh, and we are at a 50-50 split. Now you are right, both teamfight capabilities are really, really strong. They have their pros and cons for both sides. You do have the Morgana engage with the Leona combo, and the Shyvana on top, and the Elise. You have a front line that is just all in. And then Ezreal, who's so good at escaping. And then on the other side, you've got that Gragas, like you said, that can reset fights with his ultimate. You've got the Vi and the Jax that just want to jump in onto people. And then you have that AoE stun, like Leona, with Annie. And of course, Lucian, once again, another slippery champion. So they're both, going to be really hard to lock down those ADs because of both teams have that really good strong front line. It's going to rely... What's going to be pinnacle is going to be the Black Shields from Morgana coming out to counter the ultimates from Gragas. So whoever Morgana's Black Shields isn't going to be affected by Gragas pushback. So it's going to be interesting to see the reaction time from this Morgana.
Votes are actually still a 50-50 split at the moment for favourites. But also there's another route of initiation. They can, rather than via Assault and Battery going and diving in towards the backline, and Jack's also doing that, and the rest of the team just sort of making a pick, or Annie flash Tibbers, whatever she wants to do with that. Gragasol can come out, separate a team, and then they can decide, hey, we're 1v4 here. They're split. We can, right now, what we can do is... We've got this champion that's in top of our team. We can assault and battery them. We can counter-strike, stun them. We can just them with Annie, Gragas, Lucian. They're blown up. Becomes a 5v4. The only problem then is that they may have wasted too many ultimates. Because when you think about it, so long as Leona doesn't die, so I feel like if Elise dies, if Elise is that one that becomes separated, not so much of an issue. You've still got a Shyvana who can dive in and start just doing crazy amounts of damage like she does in an AoE area. You've got Leona, who can just sort of throw everything down. You've got Morgana, who can lock everyone down again. And Ezreal can just do whatever he wants from the backline, and he's really safe. So there's a couple of different routes of initiation. However, the blue team as well have a way to counter that out. This team comp can almost do quite well in a 4v5 because the amount of burst and the amount of sustained damage they have is quite high. So it'll be just interesting. The team fights can go either way, but of course, before we get into the team fight phase, we have to go through a skin battle, and that one is right about to boot up.
Excellent. I'll join in now. Alrighty, just going into the loading screen now. The most important fight of the game. Just gonna say this now. If they have Pulsefire Ezreal, I'm gonna be so sad.
Righto, so Blade Mistress Morgana. I really like this skin. It's just one of them wonderful, beautiful skins. And the Shyvana skin that I really want at the moment, Ice Drake Shyvana. Nottingham Ezreal still waiting on Elise to connect. But we've got that up against Temple Jacks, Oktoberfest Gragas, another really nice skin, and Reverse Annie. So at the moment it's 3 versus 3. Can Elise change that one around? Are we going to count Victorious Elise? Is that part of our skin?
I was just about to say that. I don't know, because it is free. We want people to spend more money on this game so that Riot have more money to pay their employees so that they work even harder to give us amazing stuff. So I might say no to Victorious. No. Oh, it is Victorious, so it's a draw. But congrats on being able to get that skin.
I mean, you know, it's not an easy skin to earn, is it?
No, not at all.
Oh, you were able to earn it, I wasn't.
Sorry.
Just because you're a bit of a better player. Alright, well now I have to show you up in the casting department just to make it back. I should receive Victorious Elise for casting.
Alright, I'll give you that one.
Alright, so we're almost loaded into our first game. Level 1's actually, Dark Binding into Shield of Daybreak combo could be death for one member of the purple team if they're not careful and don't roam around together. At the same time, if they focus everything onto one target, it could turn around 100%.
Yeah, alright, just realigning all the champions so we've got them in the right areas. 1 sec. Alrighty, there we go. Now, oh, that's interesting. We do have a Fairy Charm pickup from Leona. She has forgotten to grab her trinket. Her totem. So, whoops.
Welcome to Season 4.
Yes. And we do have the Ancient Coin pickup from Annie. This is really interesting. You see a lot of supports taking Doran's Shield at the moment because it seems to be a lot more beneficial, especially if you're melee, to block that damage, 8 damage from the shield, and then the additional 3 damage from defensive mastery. So that's a lot of damage on top of having, let's look at Leona, the 43 armor, so that's about 34% reduced damage, I think, off the top of my head. That's a lot of damage that she's being able to tank out. So I like the Doran Shield better, but she has gone for that Fairy Charm. So I guess we'll see how that works for her.
Even not the Fairy Charm, even if you use actually the Relic Shield or the Ancient Coin. The Ancient Coin and the Relic Shield grant a nice bunch of health return stats. Who do we just see return to base? We saw Shyvana was returning base. Blue team looking for a delayed invade. Vi is actually starting in the top side of her jungle. Both teams had pings on towards this bot lane. Purple team, bot lane, walking to the bush, and he gets stunned up. Shield of Daybreak, Dark Binding combo, enough to do the damage for first blood, and Morgana picks herself that one up. That is a 500 gold lead already picked up in favor of Epiphany Esports. Lucian was also forced to pick up Relentless Pursuit at level 1 to escape, so he's not going to have that piercing light to do as much damage as he normally does at level 1. But Vi did get a safe start on the top side of the jungle. Didn't expect 4 people in the bottom side. Lee's managed to get a nice start on her red buff as well. She's actually a little bit behind Vi, but the first blood pickup is more important in my books.
It's a little bit, because they changed First Blood, before the 4-minute mark, it doesn't give you as much anymore. As you see, Gragas has already hit level 2, whereas Morgana's still a little bit behind. She's got to get that 1 minion. And Gragas is over halfway to level 3, so she's behind in that aspect. But Morgana does have that little bit more gold, so she can go back and pick up another Doran's ring if she wants.
And especially if these teams are communicating, like, Morgana's got that little bit of extra gold early, so she might look to base early and just get herself maybe a crystalline flask, maybe into as soon as she's got some CS, she's pushing Gragas this entire time. I was about to say unless she calls for a gank in the mid lane, send Gragas back to base, push a wave up. She's got that first blood gold. You know, she can look to make something out of it.
Vi is rotating down into that bot lane. She's already cleared out her jungle, whereas Elise has only just taken blue now. So once again, first blood kind of putting them a little bit behind. They do have that bit of a gold advantage, but behind in every other aspect.
I mean, yeah, small level trade. Annie's looking for a stun in the bot lane right now. It comes out on Ezreal. Ezreal instantly cleanses that one. Vi's not going to get any sort of successful gank off down there, but that is a cleanse burned. Interesting how this lane's going to evolve without that cleanse. Of course, no barrier means no bonus shield. Lucian has barrier. So now they can look to be more of a lane bully combo, the Annie-Lucian.
That was a really good cleanse. He could see that Vi coming down and did not want to get hit by her Vault Breaker. Ezreal, yes, doesn't have that cleanse, so that's a little bit scary against that Annie, but he does have Arcane Shift when he gets a level into it, so that's going to help mitigate any stun coming out from Incinerate with Annie. We do see Vi doing a bit of cheeky counter jungling there, leaving the small Wraith at that Wraith camp, coming back down bot lane. Meanwhile, we do also see Elise up in that top lane. Not sure if Jax is aware that she's there, but the lane is pushed up in his favor, so he's probably pretty safe. Whereas Vi coming down on the bot.
And in the meantime, Vi in bot lane is just coming around doing a lot of damage. Annie tanks up turret. Now Leona's taking a lot of damage. Lucian comes in. Vi manages to take one turret shot and get out before she is dropped low. But in the meantime, it's traded back. Jax has killed Elise, but in trade, Jax has himself fallen. Almost picks up a double kill, actually, because Shy Potato and the Shyvana not the healthiest right now. But they're pushing down the bot lane pretty hard. They'll probably get this turret with 3 members attacking it right now. They're focusing on clearing up next wave.
That was a really good play there by Vi coming in behind them with that Vault Breaker doing so much damage. It's got such a high base damage at low levels. So really using that effectively with her passive, the Blast Shield, being able to tank up a little bit of that tower damage. So as to result, it's an effective gank. Very smart
as well
play.
Elise got that effective gank off in the top lane as well, but it was traded back. So Jax, you know, I believe Elise died first. I can't quite remember.
She did.
So Elise died first, so Jax was worth slightly more gold. And right now, he's actually 5 CS ahead, even though he's died. So he's doing quite well up there. Shyvana and him are both level 3. Shyvana has managed to pick up the Giant's Belt, a little bit more health, but Jax now has his Vampiric Scepter. One of the biggest sort of spikes for Jax is when he gets that one in lane. It just makes him suddenly, you know, he's a lot harder to kill.
Yeah, he killed Elise first under tower. She was tanking the tower, and then Shyvana was able to kill him, which then resulted in Shyvana getting blue. So that was good for Shyvana, not so good for Elise. Do you have Vi looking for another gank in the mid lane? She's trying to be as effective as possible. Just wants to be everywhere right now.
Certainly trying to provide some map pressure. She's gone directly into Boots of Mobility over anything else. So she is getting around the map really quickly right now. She, you know, the trade-off is actually that little bit of bonus damage and health. But when she's ganking like she is and making pressure, she's come into the bot lane twice and snowballed them already. They've already picked up a turret. They've now got a 10 CS lead, and they're freezing. Ezreal can't get any CS. Ezreal can't be that mid-game Triforce monster that he normally is, and so slippery. So, blue team are going to have to look for a little bit more of a damage source, really.
Yeah, he's versing a Lucian that's already picked up that BF sword. It's really, really scary. You don't want to be versing that, especially since Piercing Light and Ardent Blaze do so much damage, and then with that power spike of BF Sword, it's just going to hurt. Going to have to see Elise do something in the bot lane there to help push them. She's really good at pushing towers as well, so if they can clear out that bot lane and get that tower, that'll help put them more on an even standing. Morgana just going to have to really watch out there. Never mind. backed off. Purple's like coming out with a lot of wards. They've got a lot of vision in that river.
Not even a lot of wards. Two of them are actually the trinket ward as well. There was a pink ward actually placed down in the bush right near Dragon that cleared out any ward control that the blue team had. But they've got control of that entire area. When they want Dragon, it's entirely theirs. It's all theirs to pick up. Vi's just been base. She's just topped up on health. She's got a red buff. Plays are going to look to be made from her in the near future. Gragas, in the meantime, has made himself a nice CS lead.
Yeah, he's been doing really well. Unfortunately, the Tormented Soil hasn't quite been able to pick up Morgana's CS safely, so she's a little bit behind in that aspect. As we do see Purple coming down to get the dragon. Pink ward was put down. I don't think it's quite in range for that blue ward, so blue's going to have complete vision of that. Not going to be able to stop it, unfortunately, but they can get that dragon timer.
Yeah, so what's happened there was Gragas sort of, let the mid lane, sort of shoved the mid lane a little bit up as well at the same time, and pinged out that Morgana was going to blue. They obviously had a feeling that Elise started red buff, and as soon as Morgana disappeared over to blue, they knew the location of both Elise and Morgana, and knew that they were nowhere near the dragon pit. Nice, safe play from them. Free dragon.
Yep, very excellent timing. They're just doing so well, keeping in mind of when the enemy buff's coming out. Do see Lucian getting hit by a binding and a cocoon.
And in comes Leona. The Zenith Blade comes in. The Sultan Battery has also come out. The Soul Shackles has come in, but Leona is gone. Gragas picks up the first kill of that combo. Lucian actually got, Dark Binded out initially. The True Shot Barrage comes through around the backline and misses everything. Sorry, I'm just a little bit asleep still.
That was a beautiful explosive cast coming out there from Gragas to disengage and saving Annie's life. She would have died if he hadn't have done that cast. It was just really, really good. Lucian getting a little bit too keen there.
In comes the Cocoon. Cocoon lands on towards Gragas. Gragas throws out the barrel roll. The body slam has already come out. Elise dives in hard. Gets the venomous bite to pick up the kill. Gragas is currently tanking up the Tormented Soil and Dark Binding combo. Flashes with the barrel roll. Misses the barrel roll and the body slam as well. He's now being chased hard. Dodges the Dark Binding coming out from Morgana. The flash. Zenith Blade misses from the owner. Vi is now here trying to clean up on towards Elise. Ezreal has also showed up. Body Slam has come out from Gragas. He's trapped in this pit with Ezreal. This will probably be Ezreal's first kill of the game. And there it is. Finally.
Yeah, Gragas was waiting for his Body Slam cooldown to come up, but he would have just Body Slammed into Morgana anyway, so it was a bit of a bad luck in positioning there.
No, he's looking to make something out of it. That's good. Lucian went a little bit too ham for his team in the mid lane. Obviously, it was at the time, so there was no relentless pursuit to get him out of there. And Gragas tried to follow it up, and they ended up losing 2. Did they trade 1 back? I don't think they know. Elise never died.
Elise.
Did she die?
Yeah, it's like she's got red buff, so I don't think... Oh, wait, no, I'm pretty sure she did, actually. Hang on one sec, let me just go back. I'm pretty sure she died to that Ignite. Yeah, she did. She died to Ignite.
Okay, there we go. So she did die to Ignite. I missed it whilst I was following the rest of the play. So she died to Ignite. Didn't have any buffs on her at the time, so that's at least no buffs traded over. Of course, blue buff being the only buff available, and she's then since picked up the reg buff. The explosive cast! Assault and battery combo from Gragas in the mid lane, and Vi has just got Soul Shackles on her, and she is now out of it. And he's looking to make a play, but not a real lot. She's pinging... No, purple team are pinging that one out, actually. So she's pinging out... She's there. Ezreal now has blue buff in the bot lane. Obviously, Gragas died to him. Going to be nice for him if he picks up a tier in the next couple of minutes, but it would be a little bit late for a tier pickup to be beneficial anytime before about 25 minutes.
Definitely. I'm really curious to see what this... Leona is going to turn the Fairy Charm into. It's like, I really want to know. Maybe she's going to rush that Nomad's Medallion into the Shrelia's trinket item. Sorry, gone out of my head.
Talisman of Ascension.
That's the one. Sorry, it just went completely out of my head. So maybe she's going to rush into that. I'm not 100% sure what else would be completely beneficial for her. She doesn't use a huge amount of mana. Her abilities are pretty low cost.
In the meantime, though, Leona has been stunned up. Tibbers has been dropped. In comes the ultimate. But finally, Annie goes boom. Vi is now here, but Lucian is also gone. Cocoon stops Vi from coming in with the Vault Breaker. Gragas is here as well. Ward dropped over the wall into the Dragon Pit. Vi is looking for another Vault Breaker over the wall. Finds Ezreal. Ezreal just flashes away. Not even going to play with that one. And a 2-for-0 trade to Epiphany Esports right now.
Yeah, that was really nice. He knew that he couldn't cleanse the Assault and Battery if she did have it up. So that flash was pretty good. And Gragas was ready to follow up with the explosive cast, so burning that flash, getting out of there was the safest bet.
Yeah,
now, I do like
now.
this Spirit of the Elder Lizard pickup on Vi. You don't see it all that often anymore because of how strong Spirit Golem is. Sorry, Ancient Golem is. My gosh. Word fusing everything today. So, I mean, it does do really well with her, not excessive force, sorry. Yes, it is. Excessive force, because it procs all that damage on everything, basically. But because she's picked up those Mobos, she doesn't have any tenacity. So, with Elise, with Morgana, with Leona, she's got no tenacity against these champions with the CC. So, as you could see with the Cocoon on Elise, because she didn't have tenacity to reduce how long the duration of that was, she couldn't get in there effectively to get the kills on Ezreal and on Elise. So I don't know, maybe she'll pick up something a little bit later.
Alright, so right now at the moment, Lucian's actually become a little bit behind after that first blood. Even though they traded back a tower and picked up the double kill in bot lane, he's now 14 CS behind. He was trying to freeze the lane earlier, but then tried to rotate mid and make some plays, died a couple of times, and sort of didn't manage to make it into anything quite yet. But Annie's been trying to roam and make plays. Dragon has now respawned. Both teams have timers on this one. Ward's being spotted out.
Not being able to clear out that ward before gave the blue that timer so they can rotate their... Shyvana is at base, could be heading towards Dragon. Yes, she is heading towards Dragon as well, but she might not get there in time.
Solar Flare comes out, lands on towards two targets, the Zenith Blade as well, Ezreal from around the side, lots of passive procs to come out from Leona. Two members already dead, the Cocoon does not land. Gragas flashes and says, no, you're not going to do that one. They picked up the Dragon, 2 deaths, Jax is free in the top lane, Shyvana's not quite back up there, and he's not going to push on towards the turret, doesn't feel safe quite now. But 4 members for blue team in the mid lane, they're going to be looking to pick up their first turret of the game.
That was really nice play with Leona and Ezreal. They're able to just chunk down Annie and Vi so that the rest of the team could pick it up. Vi did go down to Morgana, so Morgana now has that red buff as well. The double flash from Lucian and Gragas, so was kind of interesting, seeming as both champions have an escape ability, but I'm guessing they were on cooldown if they both had to burn the flash, so flash down on those two as well, so that's pretty pinnacle as well for another engage.
Yeah, but obviously the purple team, having died, surrendered their pink ward control in the river around the Dragon. You know, they can't keep those wards there now, even though they've got the outer bot lane and now the outer mid lane turret. The only turret that they've lost is actually the outer top lane. And Jax is just going to sit up there and freeform. But what we see, I was listening to Monte Cristo and his other shoutcasting partner. I can't remember the name of him for the life of me right now.
Was it Papa Smithy?
On the OGN last night.
Pretty sure it was Papa Smithy.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Anyway, so they were on OGN last night, and they're talking about on this current patch, as we see Annie and Vi clearing out a pink ward, that most teams are just sort of surrendering, just really using the trinkets for their only blue wards, green wards, and the pink wards being the main source of map vision. And what we're seeing a lot of, actually, is double pinking a bush. You have to auto-attack both wards, between both wards 10 times, as Vi gets caught by a Cocoon. Tons of damage coming on towards her. She's able to get out with the Vault Breaker. Repel wasn't able to follow her quite over the wall because Annie had a stun ready, and Elise could see that. But what we're seeing Yeah, it's double pink wards of bushes because you bait them in. They've got to hit 10 times in that bush. You're distracting them for around 15 to 20 seconds. In the meantime, you can make a play elsewhere and you have vision control over that person or a couple of those people. It's a lot of effort to clear out that bush. You know, it potentially in some cases where that started happening, it was a mistake, and then teams were realizing, hey, it takes a lot of effort to clear out this bush. You know, it's a lot of gold invested, but it's a lot of effort. And when you've got the trinket wards to follow around and, you know, watch the rest of the map, it can turn into a positive investment. It can go either way, and that's the best part about the Vision War now.
Yeah, especially even if you do have at least one person that invests their totem into that pink ward, so you even get that. Like, one person gets a free pink in the game, so then there's only one other person that has to buy the ward.
Bit of a siege battle going in the mid lane, sort of pokes back and forth. Ezreal's got just under half mana, and he flashed him as cleanse immediately to come out from Lucian. Solar Flare hits only Jax. He's the only one hit by it, and finally Morgana goes down. Explosive cast combo. Barrel doing a lot of damage. Shyvana finally shows up to the fight, but Jax is just unstoppable right now. He's doing a lot of damage. Gragas is out and around the side, at least looking for another target to go on towards, but health bars for the purple team ticking extremely low, especially on towards via Lucy and Annie, but they're able to just get out. Jax is here. They're looking for another re-engage back on towards Elise. Vi is not going to get away. Elise flashes to try and make a play on towards her, but she just gets away. All the damage on towards this mid turret. Blue team pick up the mid turret. Jack's taking extremely low. The fight's still raging on. Not quite able to pick up another kill onto him, but a 2-for-0 trade for the purple team.
Yeah, they did that really well. Ezreal didn't have any mana, so he couldn't do anything. He threw off that true shot and then was completely that entire fight. They also took advantage of Morgana going Rod of Ages instead of the Zhonya's, so she basically just got explosive cast out of there and died before Soul Shock could even finish the duration and stun everyone. So it was really well played. Just knowing these little things turn the team fight into their favor. So I don't think anyone died at all on our purple side.
No, Vi and Jax both went extremely low, ticking into the very red portions of their health bars, but neither of them died. Morgana is not quite able to get blue. They're trying to give that one to Elise at the moment, is the plan. Maybe they've got something they're going to try and do with that. More cocoons or something, or Morgana's happy with the current mana she has. Something along those lines. Lucian hard pushing in the bot lane at the moment. Blue team going to rotate down here. Ezreal takes a chunk of damage.
They want to get as many towers and as much pressure onto blue towers as possible. They've got this lead. They want to keep it. It's 2 for 2 towers. But they are still, they're 3k ahead in gold on purple side. They just want to keep putting on this pressure. They're winning these team fights now that they're actually fighting as together. So they just want to keep at it. They don't want blue to get any more advantage. They're 1 kill up, and purple side must be pretty sad about that.
Yeah, Dragon obviously 10 seconds away, so pink wards galore in this area. Elise is going to spot everything out with a volatile spiderling. Cast goes out. Dragon spawns. It's going to be started up, originally dragged out of the pit. Elise looking to take away the pink ward control they already have. And it's now gone. So they know there's a ward there. They just can't clear it out. Jax and Shyvana both in top lane. Jax is finally going to get this out of top lane turret. He's been pushing up there for a little while. But Shyvana's gone base. She's going to look to regroup with the team. A lot of poke coming out from Gragas right now.
Oh no, she's gone back top, which is probably a really smart idea. Jax really wants to push that tower and keep Shyvana there, keep it a 4v4 in that dragon pit. Purple's looking a little bit better because both Ezreal and Elise have been getting hit by those casts from Gragas. So that poke is just kind of making them second guess their engage at the moment.
Solar Flare comes out, lands on towards Lucian and Vi, doing a lot of damage. Dragon has now been picked up. Blue team looking to try and disengage. It's 5v5. In comes everything. Elise and everyone going in the middle. Annie has dropped everything and immediately dropped out of the fight. Cocoon landed on towards Lucian in the background. He's gone. Vi is now gone. 3-for-1 trade as Elise finally goes down. Gragas gone as well. Jack's the only member of the purple team to survive. And just a nice fight from the blue team. They just sort of picked their engages. Solar Flare landed on towards 2 targets, and then they were just able to follow up. All the correct CC chains hitting the right targets.
Yeah, Jax was really out of position there. He was kind of still in the middle lane, clearing out those minions. So by the time he'd even jumped in, Annie and Vi had pretty much already dropped down, and then just wasn't able to do anything in that team fight because his team was dead, and he didn't want to 4v1 pretty much. So a little unfortunate with positioning there, and that was a really beautiful Dragon's Descent coming out of Shyvana there, right into the middle of everyone.
Yeah, so a really, really nice fight from the blue team. They just sort of, made their CC count. Gragas and Lucian were sort of well away and stunned up at all times, so they couldn't really... Gragas, the explosive cask, did it come out? He's got the cooldown
yes, it
back.
did.
It did? Okay.
Yep. It came out onto Morgana, trying to break that soul shackle, but wasn't. She was still able to get it onto Vi, and was able to get that stun, which is what resulted in Vi's death. It was a really nice Annie Tibbers coming out there, but her team just wasn't quite ready for it. She just jumped in there, and then there was no follow-up, and she just died. And by the time they'd reacted, the stun had already worn off. A little unfortunate with that there. A little bit miscommunication. Lucian is pushing down that bot lane as well. Tower's just above half health, so he's going to do some decent damage to it. Actually probably going to take this out with help of the big AD boost from...
Yeah, right now the blue team's sort of all grouped up and not making plays. Annie gets Soul Shack... Dark Binding up, and just the damage to come out of Leona, Ezreal, and Morgana is just enough to pop her, so there'll be no tippers available now for the next 25 or so seconds. Lucian is already working on the inhibitor turret. Blue team are looking to disengage. Purple team not letting them quite do it, and the inhibitor turret already gone for the blue team. Decoy Geo still working away, uses the culling to clear out the next creep wave. Elise going hard on towards Vi. Such a split fight at the moment. Jax gets Dark Binding up as well. Lucian already working on the inhibitor. The inhibitor is going to fall before anyone joins him, and it's already gone. Great push from him. The purple team obviously just had the confidence to just allow him to keep pushing.
Alright, sorry about that. Internet just kind of had a bit of a blip. Alright, I'm back. And I think I was just talking to myself that whole time until I realized Skype was beeping at me. My bad. Alrighty.
So, yeah, Lucian just managed to get the inhibitor off that push. Blue team didn't get anything for that. They sort of tried backing off and tried picking off Lucian, and the purple team just kept pushing them, just said, no, you're not backing yet, you're not backing yet, you're not backing yet. Okay, we got the inhibitor, now you can base.
That was really good team coordination there by purple. That's a big thing, because now, of course, super minions are going to be spawning in that bot lane, which is exactly where purple want those minions spawning. They want, because they're probably going to be looking for Baron soon, with that bot lane pressure of the super minions pushing in into those exposed Nexus turrets. And because it is a side lane turret, only one turret is going to be attacking those minions to clear them out. So that's a huge threat. Purple is pinging.
Ezreal takes a lot of damage in the mid lane right now from Lucian. Lucian flashes in to get the culling on towards him. Finally gets him. The Dark Binding lands as well. Morgana's using the Soul Shackles as well. Lucian is doing a ton of damage, but the Soul Shackles finally picks him up. 80 carry for 80 carry, but in the meantime, Purple team is working on the Baron. Shyvana's had to come all the way from the bot lane, and she's not quite here yet. Purple team picked the engage. They got rid of Ezreal, the most slippery member, the hardest one for them to deal with right now, and Baron is theirs. That's their reward. Great trade, Lucian.
Yeah, they did really well. Seeing that Shyvana was in that bot lane, Morgana, Ezreal were in that mid lane. It was uncontested Baron. So really, really good. Like I said, purple team have been doing really well their communication. Apart from last team fight where it was a little bit of a hiccup, they've been doing exceptionally well.
Yeah, as well as the other...
Have picked up some of those skills
that they did well was Soul Shackles was burned from Morgana. The team fight ultimate that the blue team really needed to go all in their way. I mean, they've still got Leona's Solar Flare as well. But obviously, Soul Shackle's Talisman Ascension combo is from Leona Morgana is just insane. You know, you get right into the middle of the team, you lock everyone down, and that's what you're trying to do with that one. It was burned on Lucian. One target. Yes, they killed him. They'd already lost Ezreal. Was it worth the ultimate? Probably not.
No, I don't think so. Especially because she also burned Barrier as well to get that. I'm not 100% sure on that cleanse. He just got taken out by a crit anyway, so that is 2 summoners down for Ezreal. Not quite what you want, especially with such a hard engaged team. But hopefully they can play next team fight smarter and come out ahead. They are pushing hard in that top lane. Lucian's also putting pressure in the mid. Ezreal's in base clearing out those super minions. The base towers have been taken down to under half health. They do regen, but very slowly, and they don't have a Heimerdinger to stand next to them and regen them, unfortunately. Mid tower is almost gone as well. Purple team are just putting on so much pressure right now. They have to be very, very careful.
And Lucian just doing a lot of poke damage to Morgana. She can't even think about turning around and engaging last time, because the last time she fought him, she was at full health and still almost died. She doesn't have barrier anymore.
She did go back and pick up the hourglass, so that is going to help a bit. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too late, I feel. Roa isn't quite so good on Morgana if you need to get into the middle of a team fight, and Black Shield can only do so much. Top tower does get taken down as well. Blue has been pushed back into their base. Ezreal fighting off all those minions, trying to save that inhib as well. We don't want that going down again.
He's just
it looks like Purple's, Purple's rotating down. They want that inhib. They're going to put a lot of pressure into it to try and get that down. Lucian will chunk it down really hard.
Cocoon doesn't quite land. Dark Binding comes out, finds Jax, but not able to quite follow up on anything at the moment. And the Inhibitor is now gone. Super Creep again spawning in that bot lane. A lot of map control coming out from that, because Ezreal was just stuck there. He couldn't do anything. They had no team fight, no Ezreal. You know, there was no real engage call for the blue team because they just couldn't. Ezreal's nowhere near. And now it's going to return to that again. And the blue team's turret already popping down low. Soul Shackles comes out, lands onto no one. Dark Binding misses as well. A team fight ultimate already gone, and a flash from Morgana. She still has Zhonya's Hourglass, but there is going to be no lockdown from her. A lot of damage comes out on towards Vi. Poke back and forth right now. They're looking engaged. Lucian just pokes once again, gets the mobility up from the Triforce, and they're just going to sort of back out. They want to push the advantage. Vi's gone down to try and push up this bot wave again and force somebody to deal with it.
Yeah. They're just going to keep on putting out this pressure. Somebody is going to have to be almost constantly down in that bot lane to clear out the minions. The next wave does consist of a super minion too, so that's going to be a little bit harder to deal with.
Mid lane tower goes extremely low. Solar Flare comes out and lands on a no one. Two team fight ultimates gone. No one. Jax manages to jump out. Assault and Battery comes through. Their Carling is doing lots of damage. True Shot Barrage finally comes through. Jax is out at the back of the fight. He can't get in. Vi is now flashed over the wall. Annie is now flashed over the wall. Tibbers has come out. All their spells have come out. Lucian finally manages to pick up a leash, but he's taking a lot of damage. In the meantime, his team are sitting on such low health bars. They managed to re-engage and pick up Shyvana. Lucian finally goes down. Jax is gone as well. Ezreal has now turned up to the fight with health galore, and he's just doing damage. He's already got himself a double kill, trying to look to get over the wall, but can't kill anyone else. Meanwhile, the inhibitor is still gone, and that inhibitor turret in the mid lane is slowly regenerating for the blue team. Sorry, but purple team sort of really nice fight. They balanced low HP bars, managed to pick up enough kills, and then Ezreal came out of the base and ruined that for them.
Yes, and unfortunately, Shyvana, not maxing that Flame Breath, wasn't quite able to get that Annie kill with that and died. Leona also burnt Flash, trying to get to that Nexus to try and heal through Ignite, but couldn't quite get there in time, so she fell to that as well. Baron will be spawning in a minute 30, so we'll probably look to see a bit more vision coming around there. Purple team are probably going to really try and get control of that area again. They have that Baron. They were able to push so much with it, so they probably want to get that again.
Gygas forced to burn Explosive Cast to try and get away from Elise and Morgana at the moment. The blue team are looking at Dragon. If they do burn Smite, Gygas is probably going to sit here and force them to burn Smite. Purple team could potentially look for a Baron. Ezreal has showed up. They're thinking about it. And Smite has come out from Elise. They've got a 45-second window for a free Baron, but Baron will be respawning immediately after that window is up. And he takes a lot of damage though. The Solar Flare, Zenith Blade, stun combo, enough. But Purple team are just like, right, you took our support, we're going to take your turret.
Yeah, with the super minion in that base now, already bringing down the Nexus Tower to half health. That's doing so much work for them. Elise running straight
Shyvana
past
comes in,
it.
Dragon's Descent, Zenith Blade lands on towards 2 targets. Salt and Battery comes out as well. Morgana's already removed from the fight. Lucian taking a lot of damage. The culling comes out from him. He's able to trade a lot back down. Jax is just doing insane amounts of damage. Elise finally gets on towards Decoy G, but he's just going to do enough damage. Elise trying to do more damage on towards Vi as well, but in the meantime, Jax is just destroying Ezreal. Leona finally gets here as well, but Jax is going to take her out as well, and Elise doesn't quite manage to get Vi. 2 first 1 right now. Jax is looking, he hasn't got a huge health bar. He does manage to get the counter-strike up, but the repel from Elise dodges the stun to come out from that one, doing a lot of damage on towards Vi, still trying to chase her down. Volatile Spiraling comes out, she's back into spider form, she's looking for the Venomous Bite to try and get back on towards Vi, but is forced to back away. Minions in the bot lane doing a lot of work, and the inhibitor has respawned. Perfect timing for them, but they have no mid lane inhibitor.
Yeah, the super minion is marching right down mid, looking for that tower. They want to clear out those towers. Baron has spawned and he is starting to ward up. They're going to have a lot of vision around that area. Going to really look to get that Baron whilst Blue are dealing with the super minions in the base.
As well, in the meantime, a large wave has snowballed on the top wave, almost to the point known. Next wave is another cannon creep, but it is more than 2 waves. It's getting close to the size of 3 waves right now, and most of them caster minions. So they're going to be able to do a lot of damage to the next wave, but Shyvana's up there to deal with it. In the meantime, Purple have started up the Baron, and it's almost done.
Yeah, they have such a quick Baron right now. Dropping down really quick. Blue wasn't even aware. Shyvana is going to get 1v5'd right now. She's going to have to be really careful. Vault Breaker does miss. Burnout is not quite going to be enough to get away.
Oh, Dragon's Descent goes away, but Salt and Battery catches on towards her now. She's being chased hard. Decoy Geo is doing a lot of damage, trying to keep up with the relentless pursuit, but she's in that bush, warded out and taken out by Annie. In the meantime, Jax is pushing up in the top lane. Blue team are just sort of like, what do we do now? They're just running scared.
Yeah, they want to get back into their base, try and defend with that tower there. Purple has shown that they don't care about tower damage. They'll just tank that, especially with Vi being as big and tanky as she is, and Jax also having that Randuin's Omen really going to help against towers. Just waiting for death timers to tick down so they have their
Colin
teammates
comes
with them.
out trying to clear out creep waves and poke them down as well. Doing a lot of damage towards the turret. Solar Flare comes out as well, doing a lot of damage. True Shot Barrage procs most of those. Purple team able to just disengage, get back off the turret. Blue team still missing Shyvana for the next 5 seconds.
Massive creep wave taking down the towers right now. That one Nexus tower is going down to the super minion. Yep, that's a dead Nexus tower.
Soul and Battery comes on towards everyone and manages to get a Soul Shackle off, and the Zhonya's Hourglass as well, but Morgana is going to die. She's extremely low, and Purple team just kited all back out, doing a lot of damage on towards Shyvana is Jax. And sorry, Leona's right there as well, and in 5-4-0, the final Nexus turret drops, and there is your Game 1 from Xenerate's second tournament. Well played, actually, by Bronze 5, doing really, really well.
Yeah, they did very well, especially with the coordination. Like I said, their teamfight coordination was so good. They were on point. Apart from that one fight at Dragon, that kind of didn't really go that in their favor. They did exceptionally well. So, congratulations to Bronze 5. Gragas did some really good explosive casts, right on point. Apart from that one team fight, sorry to say. But, yeah, exceptionally well. And Jax being very, very scary.
Yeah, so there we go. Game 1 is done and dusted. We're going to be sitting here for a little bit whilst Game 2 is being prepared for us to play. But just some amazing team fights. They sort of stuffed up. They took objectives, didn't allow their opponents to take objectives. Like, they took dragons in the mid-game there, but lost members for the dragons. You know, they lost 2 members for dragons. Yeah, that's about the same trading gold, but then they lost mid-turrets. They lost pressure on the map. But in the meantime, you know, Jax, that insane push. Purple team was so confident. Bronze 5 was so confident in being able to just clear waves, poke down, and let Lucian keep pushing the bot lane that blue team just lost an inhibitor. They had no way of, you know, stopping him until they were all able to back. And what happened was just Bronze 5 just didn't let them back. They're like, no, we know Lucian's here. He's gonna get this inhibitor. No, you're not backing. No, you're not backing. No, you're not backing. And it eventually just allowed him to get that inhibitor. And that really changed the flow of the game. That forced Ezreal down into that bot lane for such a long time that the blue team weren't able to pick up any good engages for them. They were just not able to pick up anything at any stage of the game.
And they were able to rotate and get that Baron as well with that pressure down bot lane. Shyvana down bot lane, clearing out the minions, trying to make a blue minion wave push back so that they didn't have them coming into the base. But because she was down there, Purple were able to get that Baron, and that was what turned the game. Blue just couldn't get an answer for the, like, monstrous spike that they got, especially with that Jax. It just destroyed everything.
Yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys? Who do you think was the MVP from that game? Like, Morgana tried doing a lot, but for me, Morgana tried. She was actually not doing too bad. She was getting nice soul shackles. Leona was getting nice combos in with her. But then the purple team were just taking objectives and got objective goal in front. They were 3 kills behind when they engaged in the base for that last time to finish the game off. But they were 10k ahead. They had 2 barons. They had a map full of turrets. There was 1 turret left up when they finally re-engaged upon that base. And that was like inhibitor turret was the only turret left up except for the Nexus turrets. And that was in the top lane. Purple team were okay to leave that one up because they just wanted everyone in bot lane. They didn't want to be sieging that one before they got that bot lane inhibitor, before they got that free baron. So really for me, it has to be Lucian. Lucian's 1v1 on Ezreal, made the pick on him, forced Morgana to burn soul shackles after that one, got that inhibitor in the bot lane, obviously from some nice calls from his team, but he just did so much. He got his team that first baron by pushing an inhibitor and then 1v1ing Ezreal.
Yeah, I have to agree. He did very well. It was a 2v1, and he did enough so that they also got Baron from that. So, yeah, I have to agree. I like how Lucian played that game, and I like how the team worked. So, MVP for Lucian, and a really big congrats to Bronze 5.
Certainly, they've taken out their first game, and like I said before that one, I really want to see how they team fight. Their early engages were a little bit gold behind, but they made objectives off them, and they were able to just sort of snowball. So I really put them in a high place for trying to win this tournament. They're gonna go a long way, I think. Especially just their team fight mechanics, which were just so well. They disengaged, they re-engaged well, even under pressure, even under a gold deficit at some points in the game. They were able to stay in it, lose the right members, but still keep pressure. Like Gragas at important times, that first dragon fight where they lost 2, I think it was Annie Lucian. I think they were instantly killed. No, it wasn't. Lucian, Gragas was still up, so it must have been Vi. They lost Vi, Annie straight away because they were so squishy. They were still able to keep up that mid lane turret after that one. And that was really an important part because blue team were then not sort of able to come through and hold out and maybe push down that mid lane turret early enough so that they were able to take future dragons, and Bronze 5 just kept so much control over that dragon pit. They lost fights around it, but they kept control over the pit itself.
Yeah, so what was our next game that we were going to do? Yes. I'm sorry I have a monotone voice. Yes, I do read Twitch chat, so if you do have anything to say, I am reading it. But I'm trying. It does take practice, and this is my natural voice, so trying to change how you normally talk is a little bit hard, so I have to concentrate on that as well as what I'm saying, so please bear with me.
Yeah, so players have to work on their gameplay, their team fights, their CSing. We casters have to work on pitch control and voice control, and it's something for me. It's just sort of come naturally. It's something I've always been able to do. I always did well in public speaking things at school. I was able to control pitch, direct points where I wanted points, action where I wanted action, and stuff like that. It was just a natural thing for me. For some people, it doesn't come to them naturally. So Elizabeth's doing actually a fantastic job because this is her natural voice. This is how she talks regularly. And for her to be able to sit here and cast, it's something that she's got to pick up and something that she's working on. But like your information that comes through is just so insightful, and there's a good reason why I sit here and I cast with you regularly.
Thank you. Ah, thank you very much. Alright, hopefully, though, we can get the next game going soon. Do we have the lobby up already? Or are we still working?
Yeah, yep, just 1 second. Just waiting. We're just having a few issues actually with the lobby. One of the guys sitting in the spectator spot. Okay, there we are. So, second lobby is now setting up, and from what I can tell, I can't actually tell which team it is at the moment. I'll be getting that one for you shortly. Evansborough versus Ballsy Carry, please. So there we go. That's going to be our second game of the day. And don't forget, guys, look up the bracket in chat. Follow along your favourite teams. I believe we'll have a straw poll up shortly for who you reckon will take out this next game. And we'll flow through from there. I don't know. Who do you reckon it's going to be? This is actually our game X from the second round, right at the bottom of it. Bottom of the bracket. So, Evansborough versus Ballsy Carry, please. And we are now into Champion Select for Game 2.
Alright, excellent. Just again, a reminder to everyone, I'm watching from the stream, so there is a little bit of a delay, so I won't be talking very much until we get updated feed. So I'll hand it over to Link for that.
Yeah, so 10 seconds. Okay, there's the first band. The first band coming out, Caston. People just don't seem to want him going through at the moment, and Elise Sin has been banned out as well from Ballsy Carry, please. So, a couple of carry sort of base champions. Cassidy, obviously mobility, able to sort of lock people down, especially like something like Kha'Zix. If he just throws the silence out onto him, I mean, you lose a little bit of burst, but Kha'Zix can't do a lot whilst that silence is sitting on top of him. And indeed, there is our straw poll for Game 2. Fizz is the second ban to come out from Evansborough, followed quickly with an Oriana ban. So, assassin-based bans for blue team, they just don't want to see, obviously. Maybe they're focusing on their mid laner. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. So, what we have actually is Ballsy Carry Please is on the blue team, and Evansborough is on the purple team. So I've actually, I've got the teams misplaced. But the final bans come through, and Ballsy Carry Please has banned Master Yi for their final champion, and Blitzcrank, the final ban to come out of Evansborough. Elise being the first champion to be hovered over.
Now, Elise, like we saw, kind of, she is still a really, really strong champion, and if you're confident, if you can play well, she does so well. Those early ganks are just so strong coming out from her. So a very safe pick to get. She can't really be bullied that out of her jungle very well. So you can't really get her early game in the jungle. 1v1 her at level 2 because she probably will kill you. I know, it just comes down to her ganking, landing those cocoons. So we also do have that Jace and maybe a Caitlyn hover over. So maybe Jace. Caitlyn's locked in?
Caitlyn's still being hovered over at the moment, but Jace has certainly been locked in. Interested to see how this one goes, because we have seen a lot of Kha'Zix again. Kha'Zix, one of his main items, not so much in the jungle, but if you see him in a lane, and he has been picked up a few times in a lane, obviously, picks up that tier at the Goddess. So people are actually happy to pick that item up again and go into a Manamune, and are happy with that route. So Jace Caitlyn has now been locked in. Caitlyn obviously long-ranged. Jace long-ranged with the Acceleration Gate Shock Blast combo. Really nice long-range poke. And it looks like Evansborough are sort of looking for that kind of disengage. We'll just poke you down to your low health sort of combo. A couple of champions being hovered over at the moment for Ballsy carry, please. And we'll just wait for them to come through, see what they're going to pick up. Thresh now changed out for... Sorry, Warwick changed out now for Thresh. Unseen Donga has actually got Donga hovered over at the moment. So, I know, is the Unseen Donga the deadliest? Or is it maybe some other champ that we haven't seen yet locked in or picked? Or back to Shyvana. Shyvana was actually what he hovered over first, so, and that's locked in. So Unseen Donga has not locked in Donga. So unless that is a pick for somebody else, we're potentially not going to see in the Unseen Donga play a Donga. And Leona is going to follow that one up as well. So a really nice hard engage comp. And exactly what we've seen from the blue team from the last game, actually. Elise, Leona, Shyvana were 3 identical picks from the last game, so maybe these will be some theme picks for the tournament.
Quite possibly. I would be interested to see. I'm going to say that Shyvana's going to be in that top lane, and I'm going to say, just for sake of conversation, Jace is going to be in the top lane. Jace... Like, Shyvana is a massive bully. Everyone knows that. Everyone's probably played against her and hates versing her because of just how much of a bully she is. But Jace, in his hammer form, does do percentage health damage with his Q. I'm pretty sure it's his Q. Please don't quote me on that one. But, so that's going to do a lot of damage to Shyvana as well. Because she does build so tanky, she is like this giant dragon. It's going to do a lot of damage to her, so she's going to have to be a little bit careful with that. He can poke down with his QE combo, so she can build Sunfire to kind of counteract that, but then because she's building more health, he's going to do more percentage health damage, so he's going to have to be a bit careful with those engages. And we see the Vi and the Taric locked in as well, so it's going to be interesting. So what were you saying?
At the moment I was actually just going to go, interesting composition coming out from Ballsy carry, please. They're actually hovering over Ashe Katarina at the moment, and with the composition that they've got, that's a lot of burst damage. No, Ballsy's currently hovering over Syndra instead. But Ashe, Leona obviously has that strong 6. No, it's going to be switched out for Jinx. They're just trolling us.
Well, Jinx is definitely one of the top 80s at the moment. She is very, very strong. Now, has Syndra been locked in?
Syndra has been locked in as well. We do have Jinx Syndra locked in.
Alrighty. Well, that's excellent. I really love Syndra. She is a huge burst mage at the moment, and really interested to see who she's going to verse in the mid lane. If she does verse Jace, Jace is going to be able to get up into her face. Even though she's got that knockback, he's still going to be able to follow it back up with his gap closer. He's also going to be able to poke her down from a huge range. He outranges her as far as abilities are concerned, unless you count her QE combo. So actually it's pretty funny. They both have a QE combo that they can throw around. But...
Yep, I don't know. At the last second, LeBlanc has been switched out and locked in. So it looks like it's actually going to be a Jace Shyvana top lane. Looks like what's going to be happening. LeBlanc Syndra. I just forgot LeBlanc's name there for a whole second. It threw me off. But a really nice disengage composition. For, they have the all-in that LeBlanc brings, but Jace, Caitlyn just sort of disengage. Taric just stuns whoever comes up. But Ballsy carry, please, also has that disengage that comes in the form of the owner just going, Shield of Daybreak, stun, you're out. Elise Cocoon lands on somebody trying to rush up, and the Jinx Flame Chompers as well as the Syndra Force of Will, I believe, is the knockback. No, Scatter the Weak. Scatter the Weak. Force of Will is the throw. Uh, so the Force of Will is going to be a nice disengage. So both teams have their own sort of disengage compositions when you combine Jace's knockback in Thundering Blow, as well as the acceleration gate to speed up his entire team. Caitlyn's 90 caliber nat, the stun coming out from Tarek, LeBlanc's distortion. All these champions that I haven't seen for so long. It's going to be fun.
LeBlanc is going to have to be very careful. If any one of them lands CC on her, she's just going to get blown up. She's a great escape artist, but gets blown up very, very quickly. Oh, and I can no longer see the game. That's good.
It's okay. We're into 2-minute 20 wait timer at the moment. But the all-important skin battle coming out next. What is some of your favorite skins amongst the teams sitting here? I'm a big fan of Ice Drake Shyvana. What's the other one? The purpley one that I'm thinking of?
Dark Flame?
That would be it. And indeed, I'll probably be purchasing that one soon, actually, with playing a lot of Shyvana at the moment. But not a fan of the
right
Jinx skin.
Before her nurse.
Yeah, okay. And Justica Syndra, again, there's a couple of champions here with only 1 to 2 skins. I'm not a big fan of any of the Leona skins, or Elise, again, but Jace, Debonair Jace is a fantastic skin. Caitlyn has a range of fantastic skins.
I like what they've done with Officer Vi. I love the sound effect of the sirens going off as she's ulting someone. It's great.
And my fiance's favourite skin in the game, too. So I'm a fan of that one. So we got those 2 as well.
I have to admit, I know she's only got 1 other skin, but I really like Justica Syndra. I love that gold. It is actually beautiful. Just how they've retextured the purple. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, so we're down to a minute left. Who do you think is going to win this one? And the straw poll currently in at 11 votes to get some more votes in for us for that one. But Evansborough currently at 73% over Ballsy Carry Please at 27%. So you guys think certainly that Evansborough is going to carry through this game and they're going to go on to the next round, which would put them out currently facing the winner between Bronze Fire, the team that we casted last time with such some great team fights, and a team that actually hasn't played their first game this morning. They're about to play their first game right now in Nobody Likes Yordles. So it'll be interesting to see how that matchup goes and who they'll be facing. As for teams that have already gone through into round 3, we have Duo Esports, having not had to play a game today. Apparently the teams that they were to be put up against, I think, didn't show or something along those lines I was seeing in chat. Team Scorch will be facing off against Zong Guo Di. And at the moment, to other brackets, Dwyer Gaming Sentinel up against Pocket Dragons. The winner of that game will be up against Duo Esports. We Are Bisexual up against Efficiency. Will be facing off against the winner. Sorry, the winner of that matchup will be facing off against the winner of Bonnie's Cosplay and Aura Rog. I've heard a few things about Aura Rog, so we should be looking to see them. And of course, with Evansborough having a lot of Diamond members and Bronze 5 as well, the winner of them will be playing against the winner of those 2 matchups we just mentioned earlier. So we're into Skin War at the moment. There's a lot of matchups that are coming out that are going to be exciting to watch and exciting to spectate cast for us coming up in the next couple of rounds as well.
Yeah, and we do have the Dark Flame Shyvana, so that's really, really cool. Justica Syndra, really happy to hear that. Victoria's Elise, we did have that discussion last game that we weren't quite going to let that one pass. Full Metal Jace, I was watching a clip of PAX East that happened about 9 months ago or so. One guy dressed up as Full Metal Jace, and it was awesome. He did such an awesome job. So, and that's not an easy one to cosplay as, so real props to him. Officer Vi, we didn't have the police, Officer Caitlyn and no police Vi. Damn, that would have been really cool. No skin from Tarek and the prestigious LeBlanc.
Double policeman combo. They would have been trying to police their law in this game.
Especially because they're versing a Jinx. We have Caitlyn Vi versing Jinx. This is great. Well, is there a hidden passive there?
Yes. Every time Caitlyn misses an ultimate on Jinx, doesn't kill her with the ultimate, she gets some stacks of something. They're not actual stats, they're just fun stacks, but we can keep track of them over the course of the game. So if Jinx doesn't die to a Caitlyn ult, there's a stack on Caitlyn for something, but Caitlyn and Vi get a passive Criminals Apprehended when they every time they kill Jinx, or get an assist on Jinx, I think, and Jinx gets an escape one, I think. It might be Jinx that gets the passive from Caitlyn for not dying for them, or police officers are slain or something along those lines for killing their opponents.
That's really cool. I love how Riot implements things like this. Did you know in the snow skin version of Summoner's Rift, there is a rock. Now, you have to... This is a little hidden thing that Riot have put in, and they're not expecting anyone to ever know about it, but I'm going to tell you guys anyway. If you go into the texture maker folder of your League client, there is a rock that they've put in there that if you change the command for it and flip it over, there's a little hidden picture on it. I'm going to tell you guys what, but if you ever find out which rock it is in which texture pack, you'll it's pretty amusing.
Sounds like I've got some modding to do this afternoon then. But everyone just sort of approaching the 100%. Everyone is at 100%. Game start is imminent. Game number 2 from Xenerate's second tournament. Obviously, January 4th right now. This is underway. Getting quite keen for this one, actually. And interested to see how Ballsy actually controls the mid lane on this Syndra up against the likes of LeBlanc. It's going to be an interesting lane. That is certainly for sure.
Well, they're both real bursty champions, so it's going to be, if LeBlanc can get that silence off first, she's going to do a great deal of damage to Syndra and be able to jump away. If Syndra gets that stun off, then she's going to be able to do a huge amount of burst to LeBlanc, so it's going to be whoever can hit who first is probably going to win that engage there. I'm just making sure everyone's all lined up. Now, we did see Leona picking up the totem this time, so we're not going to have a totem shot. She picked up Ancient Gold. Both of our supports actually picked up Ancient Gold, and we are looking for a level 1 invade there on Ballsy's team. Purple aren't going to have anything to do with it. They're going to go red first.
Could be looking for a blue engage here. Obviously with Jace you have those 2 abilities at level 1, but then Elise on the other side has those at level 1 as well. LeBlanc doesn't do a huge deal at level 1, and indeed we've seen actually Distortion maxing seems to be the name of the game lately. But Ballsy's team just sort of having laugh spam. They're enjoying themselves in that neck of the woods in that brush. Believe that is Shyvana going base, and Shyvana is indeed base, and she's running top lane right now.
Purple side are definitely looking to pick up that blue. Now, blue actually still kind of think that they're going to find them in the jungle there, and they're not. So hopefully they're going to be able to take that blue as compensation for purple taking the other blue. Shyvana going to... chucking down the ward. They're able to get vision of them taking the blue, so they're going to have timer for it.
Something important to note right now is that all 5 members, they didn't clear out the blue, they just took the buff, which means they're hanging around, they're looking to make a play in the mid lane. Everyone is roaming in behind Ballsy. What's about to happen? Ballsy spots it out. He's going to run down in towards the river. The flash to the skies combo comes on towards Ballsy. Ballsy flashes over the wall, and he's safe out of that one. But they get no play out of that one, and there's 5 members still in the mid lane for the blue team. Caitlyn looking to finally run down the bot lane. Tarek is halfway there already. And everything returns to normal. Good attempt at a level 1. Purple team didn't get the level 2 off that buff for their jungler, because they didn't actually clear out, the entirety of the minions there. But
And Elise
yeah,
also
a lot of
has
damage already coming on towards Tarek in the bot lane. The Ignite is ticking, and the first blood to go towards the owner. Leviathan 124 actually burned his flash to try and get in, not thinking that the Ignite was enough. Tarek got stunned up by the turret from the Shield of Daybreak, and all the damage that went on towards him. The owner's going to stay, though. She's going to get herself a little bit of potions ticking and look for something on towards Caitlyn.
Yeah, Caitlin's probably going to expect Leona to have gone back with that huge amount of damage coming onto her. But, gonna stick around, chug those couple of health potions she had.
Oh,
Doing
Syndra
well.
the burst, the constant harass in the mid lane. More than enough for LeBlanc. LeBlanc still only level 2 compared to Syndra's level 3. So a lot of advantages already for Ballsy carriers. Please, Leona lands the Zenith Blade, Shield of Daybreak combo, and Jinx is just doing damage for days. Out comes the Zap after the Dazzler has already landed on towards Jinx. And Purple Team already below half health in the bot lane. Again, Tarek has just returned to the lane. He has no heal yet. He's only got Dazzle.
Yeah, chunking him down so
In the
hard.
top lane, Cocoon lands on a Protocol 4. A lot of damage coming on towards him, and Shyvana picks it up with an Ignite. Sorry about that one. But action all over the map already.
It is 4 minutes in. It is 3-0. Purple Team are just not quite looking that happy right now. Every single member of Blue side has either a kill or assist right now. Cocoon does land on Vi, dropping really low.
A lot of damage onto where the Repel doesn't quite get there to steal the kill away from the top lane Shyvana, and she picks herself up another kill. She is now 2 for 0 with double buffs.
Yeah, Jace coming down, not quite going to be able to find Shyvana. Shyvana is still really low, going to have to watch out. Oh, Shock Blast doesn't quite land. He is looking... Ignite does come out, is looking for that.
So the skies, the knockback as well. He's doing a lot of damage. Empower, he's going to need another Shock Blast. There it is. Double buff straight back to him. That's important. That's going to allow him to really put some pressure on in that top lane. Oh, Zenith Blade, Shield of Daybreak combo on the bot lane. Zap comes out as well. Caitlyn is forced to use the barrier, 90 caliber net, but she is just eating damage. She can't get anywhere near the creep lane right now, and she is 17 CS behind.
Bulma's team is just going ballistic right now. They are not letting Purple have any room. And we do see Elise pulling that dragon out. Like I said, she is able to do it really, really early, especially with help of the bot lane. They're able to rotate up. They just had too much pressure down bot lane, so Purple aren't going to be able to do anything in far of contestant. Elise being very good at tanking dragon, although Leona is doing it at the moment with those spiderlings. So there we go. 5 minutes 50, and first dragon has gone down.
So next one expected just before 12 minutes. Jace, in the meantime, has roamed towards the mid lane. Ballsy gets engaged upon. Lots of damage coming on towards him. The chains land as well, but he manages to get the Scale of the Weak stun. Jace is doing a little bit more damage. LeBlanc flashes in. She's finally got the kill, but she's just eating damage in return. Vi finally shows up. Jace has no health as well. Finally pops to the red buff from O1, and LeBlanc not having a huge health pool right now. O1 could be looking for something on towards her. Not quite able to get in range because Vi is right there. Vi is now back off into the jungle, but Elise has left as well. She's going to go back into the jungle as well. But finally, a couple of kills going towards Purple Team, but they're just traded immediately back by Blue Team.
Yeah, Elise has just been in those pinnacle moments at just the right time, so she's doing really, really well with that jungling. Just knowing where Vi is going to be, and knowing she's not wasting
Shield of
any
Daybreak
time.
combo goes on a Tarek in the bot lane. Flame Chompers as well. Jinx is just doing a lot of damage, and Leona finally picks that one up with the Ignite. Lots of damage across the map already.
Botling just really isn't having a fun time. Constantly being pushed to tower. Caitlyn's having a bit of a hard time last hitting. She is 30 CS behind that Jinx there, and 2 assists down, so she's really not looking happy.
And the blue
Double
steel
buffs.
now to come out from Elise as well. But you could be mistaken for thinking that Jinx has a Triforce right now, because she's just doing tons of damage.
And of course, because Elise did clear out that blue, she did have the time up for the respawn, was able to pick up the blue, and a Caitlyn for her troubles as well.
Purple team just
Gosh.
no response at the moment. They can't really do anything. 2 level 6s versus the 1 level 4 of Tarek. Damage and turret tanking just being traded back and forth. Vi has come down, misses the Vault Breaker over the wall. LeBlanc is in the area as well. Syndra's starting to roam down. The creep wave hitting on the turret in the mid lane. LeBlanc is still here. The chains don't quite land on towards Elise. She manages to get a nice cocoon, nice disengage for her. But Grey Fox, baby, looking for another play on towards Tarek. Doesn't quite know that there's 3 members here. Shield of Daybreak comes out. Zenith Blade as well. The Flame Chompers don't quite land. Tarek is forced to flash. Gets the Dazzle back off into Grey Fox, baby. And just a disengage for them. But they burn the flash of Tarek. He's not going to be able to get away as easily next time.
We do have the Mega Death Rocket coming out, hitting LeBlanc.
Sorry, in the top lane, Shyvana doing a lot of damage over on towards Jace. And the Ignite finally ticks out for her to pick up a kill. And LeBlanc in the mid lane just barely eats enough damage from Syndra as well, with the Unleashed Power doing all of its damage. That's 6 spike from Syndra doing its job.
Yeah, with a nice assist there going to Jinx because of that Mega Death Rocket. Not hitting Jace, but hitting LeBlanc instead. So doing enough damage to allow Syndra to do the combo.
And CS leads, you talk about them across the board. The only one that's not really in front right now is the jungler and the support for Purple Team as well. So they haven't just got kill leads. They've now got a turret lead in the top lane. They've got a dragon lead as well. And this is already at 9 minutes, snowballed into a 6k gold lead.
That's just insane. You don't see that very often. Just talking about CS, we do have Shyvana versus Jace. With that 40 CS lead, in the mid lane we do have the 27 lead, 30 in the bot lane with the 80s, and Vi is about 15 up on Elise. But it doesn't matter. With those kills and assists, she is a K above in gold.
You've also got to add into that the dragons and now that top turret as well. And Shyvana's just able to free farm. Jace has got to look to try and make something somewhere on the map. LeBlanc goes in on towards Syndra in the mid lane, but it doesn't matter. Already in the bot lane, Tarek has been just insta-bursted down. Zap lands onto Caitlyn. They're looking for the Zenith Blade. Flash from Yalakaz. Manages to get him out of there, but Tarek is already dead. They're going to take this turret. 2 turrets already at 10 minutes and an 8 kill lead translates to 7k gold across the map. It's a long way back for Purple Team from here.
Yeah, LeBlanc just lived there with about 7 HP. Syndra must be pretty sad about that. But she did need to run away from that Jace. He was pretty keen on getting her. Cocoon landing on Jace there with the Venomous Bite. Repel coming down and the Mega Death Rocket taking that one. Dragon's Descent. Not quite needed.
Came in with the Dragon's Descent as well. He's looking for some pressure. Already top lane is
getting taken down.
Yeah, they're just everywhere on the map. Action constantly. This is just a snowball, and this is probably going to be with another Zenith Blade onto what's Tarek. Tarek eats a lot of damage. There's going to be no Death Rocket to come out here. Shield of Daybreak was burned as well and forced to back out. But in the meantime, LeBlanc dies in the mid lane, and already another turret gone. 3 people here. This could be another turret in the mid lane. Zenith Blade comes out from Grey Fox, baby, not quite landing. Zap does come out. Solar Flare lands in the back line. A lot of damage. Cocoon lands on towards Caitlyn. She's now popped very low, and there are 5 members in the bot lane. Purple Team cannot do anything. We'll make this turret number 4 of the game at only 11 minutes. Only a minute. Less than a minute since we've seen our last one.
Jace is coming around the side there, trying to get that shock blast. Not quite able to do enough damage to kill Leona. Leona is innately tanky anyway, so wasn't really looking to be able to kill her just then.
Such large health bars. Dragon has respawned. Leona's poked out. They're looking for a re-engage. Assault and Battery goes on towards Jinx. Jinx is a lot of damage. Leona's just running for this one, but Vi is taken out. The gold lead is just way too much. Finally, Jinx goes down, but in the meantime, Unseen Dogger gets dazzled up with Protocol 4. Not much health left for him. He's exhausted. LeBlanc has got the chains on him as well. She's looking to run away. Caitlyn has now shown up to the fight. But Tarek is just eating damage from the burnout. He's very low health. Dragon's Descent is enough for the kill here for him. Forced to turn around. Caitlyn is going to die as well. Takes a lot of damage. This is just Shyvana just being tanky. Items ahead. Sunfire Cape already, and she is just a monster.
That
LeBlanc is also
Shyvana
eating damage. from Elise. Elise is just following it up already. Lands the cocoon. Finally, Shyvana pops in the top lane. Syndra manages to pick LeBlanc up as well in the jungle. Finally, 4 kills for the purple team, but they're just losing so hard. 15 kills down at 13 minutes into the game.
Shyvana kind of overstayed her welcome a bit there, got stuck in the base and couldn't do anything to run away from the Vi.
Eats a cocoon and a stun from Syndra. Unleash power, more than enough for her, and she's another statistic to add to the kill-death ratios at the moment.
Yeah, Blue just being completely unrelentless.
It goes in with Zenith Blade Shield, J-Break combo, Solar Flare comes in! A lot of damage already! Another stun on towards Yalakoz, and Syndra is just trying to throw more damage around. Syndra is already 5-1 to Shyvana. The real victor here right now, 7-2-1. LeBlanc's looking for something around the side, or is she just going to be running for the opposition's Nexus, you think?
I think she's going to ward up Baron, but it's not there yet. It's still got a minute to go. I don't think Blue want me talking at all. They're just not giving me a chance. But LeBlanc's there, getting ready for Baron. A little bit keen, but she's going to 1v1 that, and I believe in her. She can do it. I think Purple Team might have just given up.
Oh, well, they're going to make the most of this one and try and enjoy it.
Yeah, I think at this point, as long as you can have fun with it, even though it's kind of not looking that great for them, if you can just enjoy yourself, then, that makes the game more worth it.
Blanc is currently dancing in that Baron pit, but Shyvana is looking for kills. She's looking for turrets. She wants this ended before 20 minutes by the look of that one. Vi has come up, but I think Shyvana is going to try and turn this one, make it a 2v1, and she Dragon's Descent in all those armor buffs already. Jace has dropped extremely low. Assault and Battery is used to try and disengage. The health bar is ticking red already. Shyvana gets Jace with the burnout AoE damage on the ground. Taric has dropped extremely low. Ace in the hole comes out. Shyvana is still taking damage from the turret. Doesn't manage to get either Taric or Vi, but still managed to pick up Jace 1-for-1. And LeBlanc has finally managed to make her exit into the grave thanks to Baron Nashor.
She tried valiantly. Yes, Shyvana didn't quite have that burn out up again. Sorry. If she had, I reckon she might have got that kill on Taric there as well. It was a pretty funny death coming out from Jace to get that.
Solar Flare comes out from Grey Fox Baby in the base. They're looking to die at the base turret without the inner turrets taken down already. That's how confident they are. They're feeling good. Zap lands on towards Jace. He's lost a huge chunk of his damage. And Flame Chop is stunning him up. Dazzle comes out as well and towards Taric. He's now stunned up by Force Weak.
Scatter the Weak, Force of
the Weak. Not quite the spell I was looking for. And Unleash Power from the Flash Ballsy over the wall. No thresh to get him out this game, though. They're looking for the engage. Talisman of Ascension has been popped. They're looking to get in the base. LeBlanc has turned around and Elise manages to pick her up. Jinx gets excited once again. Swifty G takes a lot of damage, is eaten by Flame Chompers, and he's dead now as well. Ballsy, another KS for him. Team's not happy. I don't think they were talking about that one earlier.
No. Ballsy getting very greedy. Getting very ballsy. But, a little bit stuck in that base. Minions are slowly making their way to the tower. Jace picking up Jinx with the Shock Blast.
Blue team now looking to get out of the base. Stun comes on towards Brutical. There's the Solar Flare. Wasn't quite needed for him. Caitlyn manages to pick up Leona, but all the damage being put on towards LeBlanc at this point. She's already over the wall. Stuns galore, damage galore on towards Taric, and he finally goes pop to another Dark Sphere. Vi is looking to come back in onto this one. Caitlyn doesn't really have many items to try and help her out. A lot of damage going on towards Ballsy, and he finally drops to the ace in the hole, but Shyvana is not quite done yet. She's looking to dive another tower, and Elise comes in, and that's going to be the... No! Doesn't quite get the Venomous Bite, doesn't quite do enough damage, and Shyvana manages to kill as well. Gonna lead the base. Jake gets cocooned up, and he's taken very low and popped again. Another kill for 0-1. And Shyvana right now, the biggest kills in the game. Who's going to be the biggest kills at 20 minutes in this game?
I reckon Ballsy's trying to KS as many as possible, so he could possibly be it, but it might be Shyvana. She's been doing very well 1v5ing the entire team.
And LeBlanc goes again, but that one's to Elise. Shyvana doesn't manage to pick that one up. They're going to do a 17-minute Dragon.
Baron.
Even. They forgot about Dragon. Dragon is obsolete at this point of the map. Jinx flashes the wall. She doesn't care. She's just trying to create something fun for us to view. Baron taken very low already. Ultimate comes out from Jinx.
And misses the
three
standing
members
turret.
of Purple Team, and Baron Nashua is picked up. No Super Mega Death Rocket kill steals for you in the near future. Syndra gets the stun, and goodbye, Mr. Jace. It's now 10-10 for Shyvana and Syndra. Kill steal battle going ahead already. Shyvana has her ultimate available, but none so for Syndra. LeBlanc's trying to get around the side. She's looking forwards towards the base, but all the damage comes on towards Tarek. He is deleted. Syndra now 11 versus 10 of Shyvana. Solar Flare comes out, flashed out from Sifty. Nice reaction times from him. And apparently Jace just wanted to hug a Syndra. Well, you can't really. She doesn't let you get anywhere near her.
She's a bit of a spiky champion. She don't want you near her.
LeBlanc's working on this dragon at the moment. Taking a lot of damage, but she's just sitting there. Inhibitor's going down. Tarek about to respawn. Zap lands on towards Caitlyn. Shyvana's looking for the kill. Shyvana's going to get that kill because...
It is now 11 all for both Syndra and Shyvana. Let's
Nexus
see.
turret's going down quite quickly. Jinx gets excited and she's looking at herself a nice Vi. Tarek wanders out of the base, gets stunned up, and that one is Ballsy's known for you, Shyvana. Shyvana's working on the base. Double kill for Ballsy. Ballsy now 13 versus 11. Son Battery comes out. Ballsy's waiting to KS. There it is. No, Jinx manages to get that one. LeBlanc kills Ballsy.
I think that's a moral
the
victory
Nexus
there.
being worked on. That is game 2 so far. Caitlyn gonna be dived on the Nexus by the Dragon's Descent. Doesn't quite get it. Neither does Jinx. Caitlyn is getting double kills. Nexus still being worked on. Leona the only one left alive now. She uses Interplay to try and help her clear out some creep. Caitlyn doing as much damage as possible. Leona's getting there. Almost there. 200 health left, but she's gonna pop. They managed.
Oh my gosh.
No, Leona picks that one up. Game 2. That's how you make excitement out of that one.
Like Jinx, we are all getting excited over that one. But it does look like Ballsy won that fight there with 1 kill above Unseen Dunga, so Ballsy did win that one. So congrats to Ballsy. Good work on both teams. That was quite an amusing game. I do like how they kind of had a bit more fun with that, even though blue team kind of didn't look like they were going to win that game at all. So congrats to Ballsy's team. Be interesting to see how they go next game, because now they do move on to the next round. And do we have results for who won against Bronze 5 and Nobody Likes Yodels?
No, that game hasn't actually been completed yet in the brackets so far. So, whilst we're waiting, I don't know, what are you guys doing in the near future?
If you're talking to chat, I have been completely DC'd this entire time from chat. So if you said anything, I'm sorry, can't respond. But I just need to be right back. 1 sec. My water bottle is empty and I'm desperately thirsty after that game. Alright, be right back. 1 sec.
So, apparently, that game went against the straw poll. Apparently, Ballsy Carry Please all voted for Evansborough, throwing our statistics wildly out. But that's okay for us. I don't know, what are you guys up to? Like I said, I'm on for a trip from Melbourne. I'm going to be doing some late night gaming down there at Sidus Internet Cafe if anyone's keen to join me. But don't forget to give Xenerate a follow if you're interested in watching more tournaments like this. He does stream regularly. What else we got? We're already up to, what, past 200 followers for Xenerate? Good job, buddy. He's at 281 right now. He's gone past 5,000 views. We're at 7.6k. So he's got a little way to go to 15,000 views. But maybe some of you guys could help him out in that department. He's got a few milestones that he wants to complete. So there you go. Don't forget to follow Lucifer and myself on Facebook. I am Rankonius, and she is Elisifer. And you should be able to just search for us somewhere on there. I'll be doing casting regularly. I'll be doing more casting for Zenerate, actually. So whenever he hosts a tournament, expect to see us back again. Maybe some better teams. Invite your friends. Don't forget, if Zenerate hosts another tournament like this, you can be involved. Get your friends in on this one. Slap a team together. Come have some fun. You could be sitting there winning the first prize of $50 RP, $10 RP per person at the moment. So maybe next time there'll be some more stuff like that. Currently going to be sitting in... I was in GG Law, currently not with GG Law anymore. No. So next game we will be spectating will be... Just looking at our bracket. Aura Rog versus Efficiency. Looks like it's going to be our next game. Efficiency on the blue team. Aura Rog going to be on the purple team. Lucifer isn't quite back. What's the girl Shoutcasters League? She is Elisifer, spelled Alicifer. That is her big community person. She'll be helping out with an event coming up in March. If you guys want to follow her on Facebook, you can keep up to date with that one and what she's up to. But Banfei is going through pretty quickly at the moment. Riven being banned out. Cassidy, Elise is finally gone. We won't see an Elise jungle this time. Evelyn gone as well. Thresh, the final man, followed through with a Shyvana. Shyvana not quite getting through the picks this time. We've seen Shyvana, Leona, Elise combo. 2 games from 2 so far. Vi has been played in all 3 games as well. And she is the first champion to be locked in. Lucifer, you back with us?
Yes, sorry about that. I don't have the stream up yet. It's still up next, so hopefully I'll be able to get into that. And so I'll be able to follow what's happening as well. Just a reminder, guys, I say this every time, just got to remind people, for anyone that's new, I'm not in the Champions Select. I'm watching via stream with you guys, so there is a little bit of a delay, so Rank is taking that one for us. So,
of course, get me on chat. It's your pro Lucifer. I like that one. So, Lee Sin, Leona locked in for Aura Rog at the moment. Annie Mundo being contemplated for Efficiency. Give me an interesting composition for that one. Looks like that's going to be locked in. Siva not being banned out as well. Could be a Siva Mundo comment. That's just amazing for getting into your backlines. But interesting to see what they pick here. And Annie Mundo is locked in, so Annie is certainly going to be in that bot lane, providing a lot of AoE CC, AoE damage. And again, it's that Annie versus Leona lane that we saw in our first game.
They seem to really... We've seen Leona every single game this time. We've seen Vi every single game, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. These two seem to be very popular right now.
Vi, Leona, and that's it. The rest of them have changed. Mid laners, between mid laners, top laners. Of course, they're forced to change, but this game, because Shyvana and Elise have been banned.
I do like how those two have been banned. They have been very prominent in all the games that we've seen them. Even though one of the games Elise did lose, she still was a force to be reckoned with. So it's a very strong couple of bans coming out there. Evelyn, of course, always being a very strong ban because of the inability to place tons of pink wards around. Her ganks are very, very strong. Riven, also a very strong champion at the moment. Thresh, very strong as well. Cassidy being that mobile assassin you don't really want to have to deal with. So, yeah, very strong bans coming out there.
So we're now down through Lucy and Olaf have been picked up. So Lee Sin, Leona, Olaf, all just sort of looking to dive heavily into the backlines. But, they're going to have to deal with a Mundo coming through. Twitch hovered over at the moment. This might be a perfect pickup. Obviously, with the stealth really lane bully combo coming out from with combo with the Annie, but against the Lucy and Leon, it's not going to be as big as a bully combo. And Twitch Morgana locked in. So this is the second time we've seen Morgana today. Interesting. I really like Morgana, actually. Yeah, you were about to say something?
I was just about to say, I will be curious to see how this Morgana builds. If she goes Rod of Ages, like we saw the last Morgana, or if she goes the Zonya Rush, which I feel would be a lot more effective to rush. I mean, health is great on Morgana. She can get in there. If she's ahead, she can get in there and benefit from Roa with the Black Shield as well, and not need Zonya's. But if she's getting a bit behind, if the enemy team has a lot of like assassin damage, she's gonna need that Zonya's. So it'll be interesting to see who she's gonna mid lane against.
And the pick has now come through. It's Ziggs will be her laning opponent. So 40 seconds left of the champion select window, and then we'll be into our 3-minute window where we can just sort of sit here and discuss comps like that. But double barrier is picked up currently for Aura Era Rog, which I probably should not have said. That is a bad move, Rank.
I was like, I can't see anything. But yes, but I have no idea which champions you're talking about. So there's a double barrier somewhere. You'll never know.
5 seconds and then we can discuss it. But I really like Lee Sin Leona combo. It does a huge amount of damage. Obviously with Lee Sin's Execute coming from Sonic Wave Resonating Strike, he has so many ways he can pop passives and pop them immediately as they're procced. Alright, so double barrier combo now coming out for Lucian Ziggs. My bad, I shouldn't have said anything. That is one of the worst things you can do as casters, is give away enemy summon spells. Slapping myself on the back of the hand right now. But I really like this. Ziggs versus Morgana, both of them can just sort of farm up. Ziggs is probably going to be the one to get the kill out of the two of them without jungle pressure.
He's got a lot of kill potential, most definitely. When I can, I'm just going to pause that stream so it's not using up all my download. I like Ziggs. He has a huge amount of early poke damage, and even though Morgana's got that black shield, it's not going to be able to block everything, and because his bombs are on such a short cooldown, he can just keep throwing them out. And Black Shield has about a 20-second cooldown at level 1. I'm not 100% sure on that one. So she's not going to be able to block everything. Hopefully she can dodge everything. It's going to rely on her being able to dodge everything, especially since the nerf came out to her passive. She doesn't have as much spell vamp as she used to, so she's not going to be able to sustain as much. So, but Ziggs kind of falls off a little bit late game. He's still really great at sieging and clearing out minions, but his damage sort of drops off a little bit. He doesn't feel as effective, but I mean, with that, with his jump, his E, can put somebody out of place, and so it's really good. It's sort of like a mini Gragas ult with a little bit of a stun added to it. So depending on who he can catch out, if he's going to be able to catch out that Twitch, they're going to be able to do a lot of damage to him. So, hopefully.
So don't forget, guys, post onto that straw poll. Tell us what you think. Who's going to take out game number 3 so far in the tournament? And indeed, we're already into our round 3. Next round is our semi-finals. So this one gets you into one of the top 4 places. You win this one, you definitely have a game after your next one. So this one's the all-important game for everyone. So at the moment, we run through round 3 brackets. We've got Duo Esports versus Pocket Dragons up at the top of the table. Team Scorch up against Zonguo DE in the mid-ground. So the winner of those two will be playing off against each other in the next round. Efficiency or Rogue, the game that we're currently about to spectate with 5 seconds left on the timer. And finally, Bronze 5 versus Ballsy Carry Please. The two teams that we've already seen team fight and pressure. Well, actually, we didn't see any team fighting from Ballsy, but pressure so well. Going to be interesting to see who wins out of that one. They'll be up against the victor of this game. Really, for me, I put Aura Rock as currently as my team to win this round because they play as a team regularly. They're actually a gaming team, so they should be able to play well and play off each other well to be able to
Yeah,
push this.
synergize really well with each other.
Yeah, that's what they're really looking for. So, especially with all their names obviously being Aura, Name, Rog. So,
Kind of gives it away a bit, doesn't it?
yeah, just a teeny bit.
I do
these guys-
like the Mundo teleport pickup. We see that quite a lot lately, and it seems to be pretty effective.
Yeah, he's certainly able to just teleport, push lane, and push lanes hard with Burning Agony, and then obviously Masochism. However, he's supposed to correctly say that. Masochism. I don't really know.
Masticism.
Masticism? There you go.
Yes.
Elizabeth's onto it. But he's able to push waves really well with Cleavers, Burning Agony, Masticism.
Masticism?
Get that? And then just teleport across the map and come in, and especially with Masticism's bonus AD, he's able to kill turrets really, really quickly. He's got so much bonus AD that you don't think he's got.
Yeah, he does have that little bit of a spike when he activates it, so it's a little bit like you don't quite understand just how much damage Mundo can do until he's on top of you beating on your face, and especially with the cleavers too, doing percentage health damage. That hurts as well, and because he can just become this tanky monster, it will be interesting to see how he goes because he is versing an Olaf. We're not seeing a jungle Olaf, which is what you usually see. And that's going to be really interesting. They both use health as their kind of mana resource, as say with bunny ears. So they're both going to be beating each other with their own health pools, kind of thing. So I hope they've both got a perseverance for the health regen. Should have actually looked at that. Well, I could. Reckless Swing is probably what Olaf is going to want to max against that Mundo. Might see an invade. Nope.
Yeah, they're certainly looking at evade. Spotted out by Sin's Arts from Efficiency. They certainly know that he's there. Don't drop a ward, nothing goes down. Annie's forced to burn a ward, doesn't quite get into the bush, but it's there in the area. So they'll know if the red buff... They might not see anything. Might not. I think they'll be able to see the leftmost smaller lizard, but they may not see anything at all. Zeke spotted out by Chicken Eye in the mid lane, and Chicken Eye spotted out by Konya, also in the mid lane.
Well, that was a blue ward. They did just miss the brush there, but luckily Purple isn't around, and he did have a stun out, so she was ready for that. And it's just going to be each jungler takes their own jungle right now. Annie using that sweeping lens to make sure that there were no cheeky wards put into that brush. Just realigning the champions so we have them all kosher. There we go. Alright. That's easy to see. And we do have Relic Shield coming out on Annie there. Sorry, I just noticed that. It's really interesting that she would pick that up, especially since they changed the execute ability. It doesn't happen on range anymore. If you're range, you do get the execute.
You don't get the execute, but you still get the gold transfer. A lot of people didn't pick that one up, actually. You don't get the execute, but you still hand off the creep kill. Whether it's just there for bonus health, bonus sustain, sort of thing. I certainly like it in that regard for Annie. But she hasn't picked up a creep with it yet. She hasn't actually started reloading it.
No, and you want to get more of the bonuses kind of with it if you need to buy the upgrade before it really becomes that effective. Having a 60-second timer on those spoils of war kind of hurt a little bit if you really need it. Olaf taking a lot of damage there in the top lane, taking too much minion damage and getting dropped below half health. Gonna pop that potion. Meanwhile, we do in the bot lane see the engage.
Just going in hard. Twitch damage popping, and there is first blood. Thank you, Twitch, for just doing enough with the passive. The poison just ticking out onto Lucian. Barrier was already burned. Everything dropped on towards him. Ignite from... No exhaust from Annie, so there was no ignite down there. But Leona had ignite on towards Annie, not quite enough. And first blood for Twitch, good for them. Really, really good. They need to get Twitch snowballing. Lucian is now slightly behind.
Yeah, he will be losing out on minions.
Lee Sin
soon.
finds Vi in the jungle. Sonic Wave resonating strike on towards her. Sin's Arts is forced to back away, but Lee Sin is in the jungle.
Yeah, Lucian returning to lane just in time for the minions to just get to that tower, so he's going to be able to farm that a little bit more safely. Twitch did back out anyway. He is going to go and finish off that Vamp Scepter, so that's a bit of a power spike for him in the bot lane, especially because it's not a sustain lane unless you count Relic Shield, so it's going to help a lot. He's probably going to try and rush that Blade of the Ruin King. Having that when he hits 6 and having Spray and Play with the additional attack speed is just going to do so much damage. So they're going to have to watch out for that one.
Yeah, obviously, the amount of damage that Twitch, the owner, can put out is just insane. Very quickly, you lose a lot of your health bar, and it's just instantly gone. You delete somebody from the fight, and then into team fight sort of phase. Lee Sin's coming to mid lane in the meantime. Chicken Eye taking a lot of damage, and finally manages to die. Lee Sin flashed away, but Sonic Wave resonating strike wasn't fully through, so he was able to resonate strike through and force him out. Twitch doing a lot of damage on towards the owner, and the Zenith Blade comes back in, but a lot of damage still on towards the owner. She's got 6 stacks of that passive ticking away on her. Not quite the trades that they're looking for Aura.
No, they got to be a lot more careful. They're kind of underestimating the damage that Twitch has put out. He did just drop them both down so low, pretty much by himself, and he does still have that stun ready, so she was waiting for Leona to engage more heavily. Is looking to deter the back from Lucian, so he's not going to be able to back safely. He's going to be more delayed, so Twitch is going to get even more of an advantage in that lane as far as CS is concerned. Although, upon saying that, I just looked down at CS. Lucian is 31 CS to Twitch's 19, so even though Twitch got that kill, he is almost... he's like 12 CS down. And that's kind of a bit painful. Let me just look at gold between the two of them. Twitch is only 300 up because of that first blood, despite having such an advantage in the lane as far as damage is concerned. But
Twitch is now level 5 to 4-4 of the other combo, but Annie's only 3. She's nowhere near that Tibber's stun right now. Not as close as Leona is, certainly, especially with this big wave pushing up. A little poke damage there from them. But Olaf and Mondo just sort of really high health. Nobody's going to really die up in that lane.
They both have really good sustain. We do see in the bot lane though, Twitch did get that stealth
Zenith
off.
Blade comes through. Finally, Twitch has come out of stealth. Vi has now arrived, but Lee Sin's diving in pretty hard. Mundo is TP'd into the bot lane. Lee Sin finally picks up Twitch, and it's now a 3v3 again with the health bars of the purple team being just a little bit higher. Mundo has now arrived. Vi is gone as well. And Morgana has come around the side. Mundo manages to pick up Lee Sin. Morgana gets the soul shackles off. It's only going to dump on towards Rog, and Mundo picks him up as well. Annie's and looking for Leona. Stun goes on towards Annie. Annie is quite low mana. Leona's ticking with, obviously, her shield, giving her bonus health. Mundo's chasing quite hard and manages to pick it up. Zig's ultimate comes in. Oh, just barely 40 health left for Annie if Zig's can land any skill shots underneath the turret. Here he comes. Satchel charge bounces him a lot closer. Oh, the bouncing bomb doesn't quite land. He flashes, throws out the Hextech minefield, manages to kill with the auto attack, but Mundo is dropped extremely low. Olaf is meantime free in the top lane. He's pushing quite hard. Just an extended couple of trades of kills back and forth.
Yeah, I was just saying that Rog have been playing well as far as, even though bot lane was a bit behind, they're still keeping up with CS. But then that trade kind of happened and it was really, really awkward. And then that really nice teleport coming from Mundo, able to secure those 3 kills actually, and then Konya Unzig's getting a little bit too keen for that kill, not realizing Twitch was there in stealth, and he was just able to ambush him, taking tower obviously with only 35 armor is not really the best thing you want to do as a caster, or as anyone for that fact.
Morgana